Welcome to MaiLife Movies!
Today we're discussing 3 different movies that you can watch right now.
It's a 3-for-1 deal!
Woo!
Woo!
First up is Jupiter Ascending. What's it about?
Jupiter Ascending is a space opera set in space and on land.
So really, anywhere. Trying to figure out what this movie actually feels like. Think Star Wars and Matrix like this.
It's like the guys from the Matrix got a really big budget and wanted to make Star Wars, pretty much.
So who is really the star of the show in this movie?
Channing Tatum.
Why?
Because he's Channing Mother Truckin' Tatum.
Because abs.
Mm-mm.
Across the board, we've got IMDb giving it a 6 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes 22%, Metacritic 40%. But what does MaiLife Movies actually give it?
3.5
Stars.
out of 5.
Stars.
Do you like space? Do you like spaceships? Do you like pretty explosions? Do you like Mila Kunis? Do you like Channing Tatum? I would Channing all over these tapes.
Moving on to Seventh Son. Okay, so I read the book. It was based around a 12-year-old. This movie is based around a young adult, sort of not yet 20s, but who knows? And his name's Tom Ward or something, and they tried to make it a fantasy movie, and it failed.
It's got, you know, it wanted to be like a big budget Lord of the Ringsy sort of, like a hark back to older fantasy movies at the times like Willow and, I don't know, it was just bad. It tried so hard and it got so far, but in the end it was really bad.
Between the mix of the, well-established actors and a few fresh faces, it just didn't quite work. I'm not sure if it was a bad script, if they tried to stretch a story meant for children, or if they just didn't get a great action choreographer. Everything just seemed so flat. IMDb gave it 5.8 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 10%, Metacritic gave it 31%. What does MaiLife give it?
0.
I was gonna give it more or less a 1 or 2 stars. If you don't have high expectations, you're probably gonna be perfectly fine watching this movie. It is really hot right now, and if you want to just get out of the heat, it's perfectly fine. Finally, we've got Kingsman: The Secret Service, a comic book adaptation film, and kind of in the same vein as Kick-Ass 1 or 2 if you ever watched it or read it. Please take note, it's R16. There is a lot of violence to the point where a lot of people didn't like it because of that it was excessive, and I felt like that was actually part of, staying true to the comic, which Kick-Ass didn't really do. If you ever read Kick-Ass, it was awful and gory and all that kind of stuff. There is straight up crazy violence, and to be honest, it's the best action I've seen in a long time. You can actually see it, it's not super blurry and you don't know what's going on, and then your brain kind of just fills in the images for you. It's actually seen. All in all, the star of the show was the pug with derp face of 2015. If you don't know what any of that means, watch the movie and you will understand. So for scores, IMDb gave it 8.3 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 71%, Metacritic gave it 59%, and MaiLife Movies, we give it 4 out of 5 stars. It loses a star because, yeah, the violence is excessive. It is R16, so it's not a family-friendly movie. You can't even get your kids in if they're under 16, which is good because you shouldn't take your kids to this movie. It's got a lot of homage to old spy movies, and it's just a lot of fun.
In conclusion,
those are the 3 movies that you can actually watch right now. I'm not so sure how much longer they're going to be out for. Jupiter Ascending, I'm pretty sure will be out for a while, so will Kingsman. Seventh Son is probably on its last legs, and we're very happy about that.
it's fine. I would rather chop them off with a knee.
Yep,
This has been MaiLife Movies! See you next time!
Bye!